All right, what's up, everybody? It's your host, Noelle's Notions, and you already know what it is. It's Fame by the Flame with Prince Mandu.
Hi, how y'all doing? It's Prince Mandu. Manduland. What's up?
Hey, so I'm so great to have you here because I'm excited to share all the things about you and your music with fans and to be fans, which is really cool. So let's like kind of start from the beginning. So I know you're out in Texas, right? So
Hmm.
that
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, say it one more time.
is that where you call home for you?
Honestly, uh, I would say I really call Florida my home. I mean, because I was born there. I moved to Texas like probably about 10 years ago.
Okay. What inspired the move for
Yeah.
you? Was it family or for work?
Well, it was really my family. We've been moving around all my life. We went from Florida to Michigan to Maryland and then to Texas.
Wow, okay. So
Yeah,
you
it's
kind
a
of have been
lot.
all over the place, but it seems like your family's had your back and kind of like stuck with you through this whole music journey of yours. Is that, would you say that family is a big inspiration for kind of why you make music?
Oh yeah, definitely. When I was a kid, my older sister, and my little sister, we danced like for about 7 years. Like we made dance videos for the family. So, I guess you could say like I kind of always like had music around me because everybody in my family, like they either make music or dance or, any of that.
Okay, so definitely a creative bunch, all of you guys, and like
Oh yeah,
so
yeah,
like you're kind of like, especially with your sisters and you being the boy, I'm sure that they were like, oh, like getting you to even do extra, right? That's always girls.
yeah,
Yeah, let's get the costumes and the dance moves down.
yeah, exactly, exactly. It was cool. Yeah.
Well, with moving around a lot, I feel like you've had a great opportunity to explore different sounds and just kind of also been influenced maybe by different types of music. Like, how would you say that, I guess the Florida East Coast, West Coast melody kind of makes like your sound unique? Like, how would you describe your sound to someone who maybe hasn't heard it before?
Mm. Well, honestly, so when I was growing up, I was really listening to like a lot of older genres. I mean, a lot of older like musicians and bands like the Beatles. Like I was listening to Bing Crosby, stuff like that. So I grew up on that. And as I got older, like probably in my teens, I really started listening to rap. And I started listening to a lot of Kodak Black, a lot of Mobb Deep, a lot of Screw. And honestly, I feel like my style is a little bit like in between, I would say, real talk and just having fun.
Okay. So
Yeah,
it's kind of like a blend then of like your personal story within a little bit of like added to it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Just letting loose on it. Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, I was listening to the project you just dropped, which I wish it was Dream. And that was just dropped back in earlier this year, so 2024. I was curious to
Yeah.
see how that album is a little bit different than your other one back in 2022. Now that we know, I wondered like how much your style has changed since then because since you move around a lot, like you get exposure to a lot of
Mm.
like how would you say that those two projects differ from each other?
Well, so now that we know, that project was put together with me and my former producer, Zebra, and also artist. But so when we made that, that was more of a, I guess, spur of the moment kind of album. Like we wanted to get something out there. I hadn't had that much stuff out yet, so I was kind of just like we're kind of throwing stuff together and just seeing what happened. And that was honestly my first year of actually recording music too. So
Oh, wow.
like with that in mind, there's been a lot of more, just being in the studio, recording, writing since then. So I've just like progressed like since then anyway. But I would say the biggest difference is um I would say experience. Like it was 2 years later and I feel like so much has gone on in those 2 years in my personal life to where like I was actually gonna debate on quitting music at one point, and then I get all switched around, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna use everything I've been through and just put it exactly how I feel in the music, because at the end of the day, like, yeah, I want to make music, I want to do a whole bunch of stuff with it, but I mainly do it because I need to get out what I'm feeling. Otherwise, it's like it just,
Yeah,
it's
it'll
too
eat
much.
for sure.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
So I feel like then the biggest difference is the fact that you've changed as a person. So now more of like
yeah.
what you talk about on the music has kind of matured or just I don't know, like grown, right? You've grown a little bit more into your sound.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I really like a couple of my favorite songs actually on the project are Takeover and Nowadays. So I liked
Right.
in Nowadays how you said heavy the head that wears the crown. So do you feel like you're next up to wear the crown? Do you feel like you're wearing the crown?
Oh yeah. I mean, so I say that because of how hard I work at it. Okay, I'm not saying that like I'm like by any means the best or anything like that. I feel as though I could be a household name for sure because of how much I work at it. Like
Yeah.
I work at it constantly, and because of that reason, like I've had a lot of opportunities open for me. So it's yeah,
So your work ethic makes you king.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, I could see it. Well, I mean, you are working with the best, right? I mean, also on that project, you have Don't Stop. That's produced by Brandon Thomas. And, he's had a lot of hits. And I know that he's working on some projects as well. So it's cool to see you guys coming
yeah,
together. Brandon Ray Thomas, Prince Mandu joining forces
yeah,
for the project.
yeah. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Well, I was going to ask you, what's your favorite song on the project?
Mm, it would definitely be takeover.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. See, that was mine too. I liked it a lot.
yeah.
Okay. So what about it do you think will resonate for fans? Like what about it do you like over maybe some of the other songs on that project?
So what I like about that, honestly, I love the instrumental a lot because it kind of brings out like some nostalgia with it, and kind of just like it's already getting you in your feels a little bit. It's already just like getting you ready for what's about to like happen in the song. But I like that song above the others because it represents the most of what I've been mentally dealing with in the past year, and on how I've been trying to cope, and what it's led to, and my conclusion to it all.
Yeah.
So that's why, yeah, that's why I favor that one.
Okay.
Definitely.
So what, I know I don't want to get too personal, but I do want to get a little bit personal
Mm,
because I really want fans to see, I don't know, see you beyond just the songs, but as an artist and as a human being, right? I mean, I feel like as human beings, we all have a similar plight and go
yeah.
through things, maybe just at different times, maybe at different, varyings of scales or degrees. For you, what do you feel like has been a life changing moment or something like that that's really weighed on you to kind of propel now this new type of music from you?
Okay. Well, so about a year ago, my closest friend, like he was my brother. We were brothers since like 7 years old. He passed away, and it took like a very very big toll on me because we were like inseparable. Like we were together all the time, and yeah, it really messed me up for like a good 4 months, probably 5 months. Like I couldn't do anything at all. So when I got out of that, like I started, coming to realizations, and like, yeah, I can't be like this. I gotta, get up. I gotta do better because that's what he would want. And he was just that type of person. So I was like, all right, like I'm gonna stop doing this. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna keep doing my music because that's what we were. That's what we were doing together. And I can't just let it, go with him. So I'm gonna keep it alive, just like I'm gonna keep his name alive. And honestly, that pushed me a lot harder because he's told me on multiple occasions, like truthfully too, he would tell me, he'd be like, "Yeah, you're my favorite artist." I'll be like, "Wow, that's crazy," And I'll still think about that when I'm writing or I'm in the studio, and it gives me a lot of motivation. Yeah.
Yeah. Truth be told, I mean, some of the life moments that hit us the hardest, I feel like do, adversely give us or inversely give us the most, I don't know, like ambition to write about stuff, like especially with things like
Yeah,
your friend, which I'm sorry about that. Loss is extremely hard, and I think it kind of gives you perspective of, like you said, like you have to continue on and honor him by doing what you guys did and love together, which is through music. So I think that's really awesome. When
yeah.
you're writing music, it seems like it comes from such a deep place. Like, what does your process look like when you're, creating a song, or, does it start with a beat? Does it start more with like a life event that then you kind of write about? What does that look like for you?
So normally I get the beat first. Um, I'll like scroll through like all the beats I have on my phone, like when I'm just taking a walk or whatever, or I'm by myself in my room. I'll just kind of listen through them, and it's kind of so I pick the song based on how it resonates with how I'm feeling in the moment. So
Nice.
like if I'm upset, you're gonna hear a more angry song. Or like, if I'm happy, you're gonna hear something, about me partying or something like that. So that's how I base it. But when I write, I normally take walks or I will either just be at home by myself. Like I need to be like by myself though, like
Hmm.
so I can get in like my space and my own head space and then like it will just come to me like that.
Okay. And then when you're writing,
Yeah.
do you kind of just write like bars? Do you more almost like write poetry?
So I try to write poetry when I do it. And I go back over it afterwards. After I write it, I go back over it and I make some certain words rhyme more. I'll make more punchlines. I'll throw some more in there. I go over it probably about 5 or 6 times, like after I write it, and I'll scrap it or rewrite it or just edit it. But it's always something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So it really does just kind of flow out of you in the sense of
Mm.
like when you're in a certain mood, or even just kind of having like a certain mindset for stuff. Well, with that project, I know that there's more to come for you, right? Quarter four, the last quarter coming in strong. I know that you're going to have some visuals coming out. Can
Oh
you tell
yeah.
a little bit about, what is to expect for quarter four? I also know that we have another, in like another studio album that you're going to be producing as well. I think you were saying earlier to me something about almost 20 songs. So that's going to be a great holiday gift for your fans to
Oh
open
yeah. Oh
the
yeah.
box of all the songs. Yeah, can you tell us a little bit more about that project that you're working on, as well as like maybe what we can expect with the visuals, like the vision behind it?
Yeah, definitely. So, as far as visuals, like the closest ones are gonna be for the song "Takeover." I'm gonna be making a music video to that. It's gonna be dropping in about a month. My studio album, though, that's going to be at the end of the year. Yeah, it's gonna be about 17 to 20 songs, and the biggest inspiration of this song, I mean, of this album, is going to be well stuff I've experienced, but also I would say a lot of Dreamville. I've been listening to them constantly, and Linkin Park, and so it's gonna be some experimental stuff in there, but I guarantee everyone should like it. It's gonna be a lot different.
Nice. Okay, so we have a little bit of like retro kind of punk hip hop vibe I'm getting from this. So, okay,
Yeah,
that'll be
yeah.
pretty cool. And then are you gonna tease fans at all with like dropping maybe a single, hopefully before like the whole project?
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah. There'll definitely be a single in there somewhere.
yeah, everyone is always
Hmm.
thirsty for the new songs. It's like as soon as you drop one, everyone's like, "But wait, where's the next one?" You're like, "I just dropped
Yeah,
a project." Oh man.
yeah, exactly.
I'm excited to hear the new music. I also am excited to hear maybe about like where do you see yourself in like 5 years as an artist? Like what ultimately is your goal like with music? Like is it just, like you said, something that's a form of expression? Is it more like you feel like others can relate to your form of expression? So you really just kind of want to add some, like some shine to some people's lives. Like what's your where do you see yourself, and like where hopefully do you, want to go?
Well, honestly, in about 5 years, um, I would see myself hopefully in a very stable place. I want my music to be able to, obviously be heard by as many people as possible. But my main goal of my music is, other than to get like my expressions out, would be to help other people, because I will talk about what I'm going through and then how I got through it. And as long as I'm getting through it, I know other people can get through it too. So therefore, when people listen to my music, I want them to know that, there's more than just, what's right in front of you. And you can, you know, you can use your pain to make you a lot stronger. A lot of people don't realize that. So I feel like, if you pay attention to my music, then yeah, I feel like it can definitely do that. And I would really hope that it does.
Okay.
But 5 years, I would like to be in a very good place.
Good, good. Well, I see the vision as well. I'm sure that you will be. And you can mark this interview when you go back.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
How far you've come. I know that you're working on yourself, you're working on your music, and there's so many cool, fun things that are going to be coming up for you. That is really just going to solidify yourself in the scene, not only in Texas, but I think in the industry as well. I'm curious too. What is something that maybe fans would be surprised to find out about you?
um, oh well, I guess one thing would be I was homeschooled all my life.
Wow, okay. So
Yeah,
he's smarter
completely.
than he leads on, right? Homeschooled kids all have it. Like all the wheels are turning up here.
Yeah, you could say that. I wrote a lot of papers. Let's just say that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
A
Yeah,
lot.
I was homeschooled for a bit, so I know a little bit about it. It's
Okay.
cool because it's like, they say that school system, right? It's meant to just teach you how to, work a 9 to 5 job, right? And
Hmm.
I do kind of believe that to be true. I like the sense of homeschooling that it's like you're kind of learning not by reading something, but by actually doing it, which I think
Yeah.
is you really can't I don't know, that's invaluable, right? Like the actual doing of it, not just the theory. With you being homeschooled, do you feel
Hmm.
like that has really helped you with like your music career? Because I mean, as a musician, you're an entrepreneur. So do you feel like that's kind of,
Hmm.
what I mean, helped with that business
I
journey?
mean, yeah, definitely, definitely. Like when I was younger, what my family would like about when I did school is that I would write a lot of short stories, and like that was probably my favorite thing. Like I wrote them all the time. It would just be like something random I just came up with, and I just writing it down, and it would be a real story. It would have a real plot and everything like that. And I think back, and I'm like, yeah, I feel like because of that, I can be a lot more creative now, because I spent like a lot of time when I was younger reading, writing, and yeah, like just strictly doing that. Um, I do think though one of the downfalls to homeschool education is that you don't get to see as many people. You don't get to meet as many
Oh,
people.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, unless you're in like extracurricular activities.
Yeah, yeah. You get kind of more time. I guess it kind of ages you a little bit more because you're more so with your family or like older adults than like maybe kids
Yeah.
own age. So I definitely think that, they always say your greatest strength could be your greatest weakness and vice versa. I think there's always like pros and cons, but I mean, you don't look like you have a problem being social.
No, yeah, no, yeah, I don't.
Yeah, see, maybe that's why
Yeah,
your
yeah,
family did
could
that.
be.
They're like, actually, he's too social. He needs to wind it
Yeah,
down a little bit.
they do say that a lot. That's crazy.
See, there you go. See, so they knew it from the start. They're helping you out. All right. Before I let you go, I actually just want to ask you if there's anything that you really want fans to know about you. Like you really want to express to those that are listening to your music and having their earbuds enjoy it for the first time.
Hmm. Um, I really want them to know, I guess, would be mental health is a very, very big thing. And I think that more people should take time out of their day to focus on that, even if it's like 15 minutes, because I'm telling you, like the place I'm in now versus the place I was in a year ago is completely different, and it's bettered everything. So yeah, that is what I would like to get across. Yeah.
Do you have any tips? Like are you type to like meditate in the morning? Do you write like in a journal? Do you, obviously like speak with somebody else who has like expertise in that area? Like what's a way that you feel like you support your own mental health that you would be, think would be a good way for others to do it as well?
Honestly, what I do is I get up, um, I do a workout, I take a cold shower, and I get ready for my day, and that's really what has been changing a lot of things, like working out and just
Yeah.
staying healthy like that. It really clears your mind a lot more than what people think. Like when you're a kid, you do all these sports and everything like that. You don't realize, but like back then, you felt great.
Yeah.
You felt real good. Like you weren't worrying about stuff, but that wasn't the only thing. It's just like there's more. There's more excitement. It's because like you're so active. You're doing so much more than just worrying about stuff when you get older. So it's like, yeah, yeah. Kind of take it back a little bit.
Yep. Well, I feel like mental health kind of goes back to having a really great balance of body, mind, and soul. And, just like you
Yeah.
said, like with the exercising, the cold shower, like those are items of self care that not only adds like the betterment of your health, but like you said, kind of give you time to like, if you're on a run, right, really just kind of think to yourself, or if you're in a cold shower, right, that really jump starts your internal system and all of your bodily functions. So it kind of like rejuvenates you in a way to you're getting started for your day and you're going into it with optimism and gratitude. And even those simple things, like you said, really can change your whole day, especially at this
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Well, you next time you got to get in one of those ice baths. Maybe that'll give you like a creative surge for a new song. For a
I've
new
actually been thinking about that. Yeah, it's just
that'll
been
take it.
like, man, that's a little difficult to get into right yet. I'm waiting another week.
Yeah, you take the cold showers to the next level, right? You just have like an
Yeah, yeah, exactly. There's levels, definitely levels.
Yes, well, there's levels to this. It seems like you're leveling up, from what I'm hearing from your music, from what I'm seeing from you, and now what fans are getting to know about you through this interview. So again, you guys have to stay tuned for this final quarter showdown, okay? Because he's gonna have new music, visuals coming out. It's gonna be really awesome. And if anything, will just bring us into the next year too, where there's going to be many more wonderful things to come. So, Prince Mandu, thank you so much for your time. I was really excited to have you here on Fame by the Flame. Do you have anything that you'd like to say to those out there watching you?
Thank you for having me. I really, really appreciate it. This has been a great experience. Um, yeah,
Oh, well, it's my pleasure. And I look forward to seeing you in 5 years, right?
yeah,
um,
no, yeah, exactly,
everything,
exactly.
with everything secured and on the up and up. And in the meantime, I'll be closely following your story and your progress because I think it's just a really cool and amazing one. So,
Thank
all
you.
right, guys. Well, until next time, I'm your host, Noelle's Notions, and this has been a Fame by the Flame interview with Prince Mandu.
Peace.